Clifty Homestead. Hi, my name is Shannon and welcome to my homestead. So this week the recipe of the week is homemade dinner rolls. Now these are delicious dinner rolls. They are kind of like refrigerated rolls, so I can mix the dough up and put it in the refrigerator, and it can stay in the refrigerator for up to a week. Yes, up to a week. But today we're going to go right through. You don't have to. You can make it the day of, the day before, whatever best suits your needs. So Easter is right around the corner. Actually, Easter is this week, and we celebrate Easter as the family. And I have to do rows. Rows are my what my family requests for me. Every time they request these rows. So we are going to, and I was like, well, I got to make these rows. So why don't I bring my friends along? That way you would have this famous row, well, my family's famous row recipe too. So, all right. So get your bowl, your flour, your yeast, some warm water, and let's get baking. Okay. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to need is I'm just going to use this, my little melter, cast iron skillet that's got some butter in it that I melted last night for popcorn. So we need 2 tablespoons of any shortening. I'm using coconut oil, refined coconut oil today, because my mom has Abigail, and she can't use dairy or butter, anything meat, anything beef or pork. So I'm going to use coconut oil, just unrefined coconut oil. And I'm going to get it on the cap and get it start kind of warming. Kind of get that melted. I don't want it too hot because I don't want it to melt the yeast. All right, so I'm going to need 2 1/4 cup of warm water, between 100 and 110 if you want to measure bath water. And I need, if you have packets of yeast, you would need 2 packets of yeast if you have the little packets. I buy my yeast in bulk, so it's going to be a little package of yeast. It's about 2.5 teaspoons of yeast. So I'm going to do, I need 2, so I need 5 teaspoons. You do buy your yeast in bulk, put it in a mason jar and with a seal, like a top on it, and put it in your refrigerator because it lasts longer. I learned that from the Amish. So then in my water, I have my water and my yeast, and now I am going to add I'm going to add a 1/2 cup in my water, and my yeast water. I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar. And then I'm going to stir it, and I'm going to let it sit here and activate. I want it to bloom. This could take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. But that'll also give you time for your oil to melt and to cool. So I'll see you back in about 10 minutes. Okay, so my yeast is blooming and it's doing really good, but while it's been sitting here for almost 10 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and get started on the next step. So I have another bowl out here. I'm going to take my 8 cups of flour. I'm using all-purpose. You can use bread flour, fresh meal flour. 6, 7, 8. I like to use fresh meal flour, but some of my family is not on the fresh meal flour train just yet, so we're using all-purpose. All right, to my all-purpose flour, I am adding a tablespoon of salt. And then we're going to mix that around. Incorporate it. If you have self-rising flour, you will not need to add the salt. The salt's already been added in there for you. All right, I'm going to add 4 cups of the flour mixture. We're going to do it in half. And then I'm going to add 2 eggs. I did that over the bow, and everybody will tell you not to do that. Yeah, so don't do that. All right, we're going to stir it up a little bit. And then we're going to add our fat. Now we're going to start doing it. I'm going to probably add 2 more cups. Fold it in. Now, the recipe calls for 8 cups of flour, but depending on the humidity outside, the humidity in your house, it may not take the full 8 cups of flour. It's all going to be in the weather, the temperature, and the humidity of your house, your kitchen. Get your fingers in it. See, I have about 1.5 cups of flour left. So, I don't think I'm going to need it, but we'll see. I think if I put it in there, it's going to make my dough dry. We're going to knead it for a few minutes until it gets really nice and smooth and elastic. Now, it could be a little smoother, but since I am making rows, I'm just gonna let it sit here, and I'm gonna smooth out the rows. So I'm gonna get a pan, a grease pan. You're gonna grease a pan, and then we're gonna cut it off, and you can measure or whatever, or you can just pinch. All right, so we're gonna just roll it. Okay, so I have all my rows rolled out. It made 2 pans, so 2 of my pans. So now I'm going to cover them and put them in a warm, draft-free place. So wherever it is in your home, that's a good, warm, draft-free place. The sun was shining when I started. It's like, well, I'll put them in my kitchen window, let the sun kind of shine on them and warm them up. But now the sun is gone. It's cloudy, and it actually looks like it's going to rain. So I'm going to put them here on my stove. I'm actually going to turn my stove on 400 because that's what I got to. You need to preheat your oven to 400 anyways, because that's what they are going to bake at. I'm going to go ahead and turn my oven on. That way the heat will come up and kind of help them rise. We're going to put a towel over them or something over them to cover them. Cover them because we want them to rise until they're double in size. So this could take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. Like I said, it depends on the temperature and the humidity of your house. It's cool and cool here, and damp because it looks like rain. So it's cool and damp here, which that's why I didn't use all the flour, because it's very damp in the house and it's cool in the house, and it's cool. I think it's 63 in the house this morning. I'm going to turn the oven on. It's because it is 63 in the house, and 63, they will take forever to rise. But I'm going to turn the oven on and let it preheat anyways. And I put these on here, so it could take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours to rise. On the stovetop, I'm thinking it's going to take about an hour, but who knows. But now, this is the stage where if you wanted to put it into the refrigerator, you can go ahead and roll these out and put them in the refrigerator. And then set them in there for up to a week, or you can leave them in the bowl and not even roll them out and take them out of the refrigerator and roll them up. Either way, I've done both. Actually, it's actually easier to go ahead and roll them and put them in the refrigerator. That way you just don't have to get all the mess. The mess is there at one time. Now, as far as rolling out, are they easier to roll out? They're about the same, it's just going to be cold dough versus, but since I have the mess, I already got my hands dirty, I got the mess, I just went ahead, I always just go ahead and roll them, put them on a tray, or put them on a pan, and put the pan in the refrigerator. And all I have to do is take the pan out, set it out, and let them rise until double in size on the day that I'm fixing to cook them. And I usually, out of the refrigerator, allow at least 2, if not 3 hours to rise, because they have to warm up, get to room temperature, and then start rising. So, all right, so let's get these covered up and let's get them rising. Okay, so it's been a few hours, about an hour and a half, and my rows have doubled in size. So my oven, like I said, has been preheated at 400 degrees. It's been on 400 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in for about till they're golden brown. So we're going to check it about 10 minutes, and then we're going to come back. So it depends on your oven. Set the timer for 10 minutes. Alright, so we're going to let them cook until they're good and golden brown. So we'll see you back in a few minutes. And there you have it. In 10 minutes, we have some delicious golden brown rows. Let's cut one of these open and see. Which, that's a big no-no. If you don't know, that's a big no-no. You let it cool first. Look at that. Now we have to get butter. Butter melty in the middle. Oh my goodness. There's nothing better than a hot buttery row, I tell you. So go make you some homemade refrigerated rows. Like I said, you can put them in the refrigerator up to a week, or you can make them right now. But go make you some of these rows. You won't be sorry, that's for sure. And thank you for visiting me here at Little Clifty Homestead. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you go make some rows. Cheers. Go make you a row. I will see you here in a few days. All right, bye.